Howdy folks, Jay Boone here from Emerald City Guitars in Seattle, and I'm here once again for my pick of the day. And it's Christmas time at Emerald City Guitars, and man, Santa came early this year, and he left a really amazing and rare guitar. So in this case, this old thermometer case here, we have an original 1951 Fender Nocaster. So the legendary Nocaster. A little bit of history about the Nocaster. So Leo introduced the Broadcaster in 1950, and it was the first commercially marketed solid body electric guitar. And he made a few hundred of those, and he was approached by the Gretsch company about the name Broadcaster, which apparently they had the rights to for one of their drum sets. So Leo, being the frugal guy he is, simply took his old Broadcaster and sometimes Esquire logos and just clipped off the bottom and just put a Fender logo on this early run here in 1951. And it became the Fender Electric, and as legend grew, the Nocaster. We think there are probably about 475 to 480 Nocasters that were manufactured in that time. And by the end of 51, Leo had come up with the name Telecaster, and so the Telecaster was born and really hit the market widespread in 1952, although there are some 1951 Telecasters as well. But the Nocaster, that's the one. So this has the silver Fender logo, which was the original Broadcaster logo, and if you see a gold logo on one of these Nocasters, which sometimes you will, that was the Esquire logo that they clipped off. But here we have it. This is a really fine example of an original 1951 Nocaster. The body date is June of 1951, and it has the TG initials, the Taddeo Gomez, and the neck has a July 51 date with the TG initials as well. So Taddeo was the man back then, and anytime we see his initials on a guitar, we're really excited from this period. Great weight. This one weighed in at 7 pounds 6 ounces, so not super light, but just kind of perfect mid to light weight, and just, man, well-balanced guitar. And this baby's all there. Original saddles here, knobs, switches, electronics, your single ply Bakelite guard there. If you flip it over, you see the original single line Clouson tuners, skunk stripe. All the screws on this guitar are the slot head screws. This was before they were using Phillips screws on any of the guitars. So even the tuning gear screws up there are slot heads. All the pickguard screws. The control panel here are slot head screws, as is all the screws in your bridge, height adjustment, everything. It's just beautiful. It's all there. The black dot inlays on that maple board. Now this guitar was played a lot between here and here. So at some point, some clever luthier refretted 11 frets, and these are the originals, and he blended them perfectly. This thing is just super nice right up the neck, did a great job on it. And at that time, he also put a new bone nut on it. This was a while back, you can tell, because there is a little bit of wear on these frets, not extreme at all. This guitar is very playable, and the nut, you can see it's been there for a while, but definitely not the original. But aside from that, everything on this guitar, top to bottom, is original and just beautiful. You can see the beautiful grain through that trans finish there. Really neat. The way this is wired is still very much like the Broadcaster, where it's a 3-position switch. When you have it all the way back in what we call that bridge pickup position, you have a volume control, and the tone control is actually a blend control, which blends the two pickups. And then in the middle position, it's just the neck pickup. And then in the far more north position on there, it's the neck pickup with the tone control rolled all the way off. So there's a capacitor in there that when switched into that position kicks in, and this becomes a very bassy sound, as if you rolled the tone control completely off on a regular guitar. So 3 distinct tones. A lot of guys will go in and change the wiring to get that a little spunkier, but not doing anything with this guitar. The wiring is completely original on this, and so we like to leave it like that. So there you have it. This is a just a cool piece to drop in the shop here before the end of the year, and we're always excited to see broadcasters, Nocasters, early Blackguard tellies, and this baby here was just a really great example to show up at our doorstep. Today, I'm gonna have Trevor do a demo on this guitar through this 1975 Fender Vibrolux Reverb. Great sounding amp. This was what we call Blackfaced by Brent Baggery from Solder House. And Brent basically goes in and tweaks these amps to sound more like the Blackface era from 64 to 67, which are slightly darker sounding, but still really chimey and really desirable. So this guitar through this amp is going to sound fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to hearing Trevor lay it down on this thing. So without further ado, take it away, Trevor. So there you have it, folks. My pick of the day, an original 1951 Fender Nocaster through a 1975 Blackfaced Vibrolux Reverb. Thanks for tuning in. You all have a great holiday, and we'll see you next time.